A small one-engine plane crashes in Lansing, leaving 3 people dead and 3 others in critical condition. It's our top story at noon. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for watching today. I'm Jorma Duran. Siobhan is on maternity leave. A pilot, co-pilot, and 4 passengers were aboard the small TBM 700 when it went down shortly after 9 a.m. just west of Capital Region International Airport. Joining us now live from near the crash scene is our very own Dana Whyte. She's here for you now with details just released. Dana, what did you find out?
That's right, Jorma. We've just learned that 3 people are dead and 3 in critical condition after a small plane crash here at the Capital Region International Airport. Now, if you take a look at this map behind me, this is right where the crash happened. It was right outside of airport property. You can see this yellow line. That's where the cutoff is, and it happened right here just off of Airport Road. Now, if you take a look at our scene video from earlier, it's still very active, and even now, emergency vehicles are still out there. Lansing Police, Lansing Fire, and Clinton County are all on scene. Now, as we reported, there are 6 people total on the plane, the pilot, the co-pilot, and 4 passengers. And officials tell us that it was a very hard impact, and this investigation could take days. Now, the people in the plane do not appear to be family, according to officials. And here's how police found out what happened.
We were notified, the Airport Operations Center was notified that there was an ELT, so an alert from the aircraft. I'm not sure if that was pre-impact or post-impact, but we received a notice from the tower that the aircraft was sending them an emergency signal.
Now, as you can see in this video, the plane was smoking at the time that it hit the ground, and as we said, it was a very hard impact, and officials say that the plane was traveling here to Lansing from Indianapolis, and we do not have much information about the pilot or the passengers at this time, other than that they do not appear to be a family. Now, of course, we will be following this story, and we will have updates for you coming up tonight, both on 6 News at 5 and 6, so be sure to stay with us on this breaking story. Here for you live in Lansing, Dana Whyte, 6 News. Back to you.
Clinton County Central Dispatch to do a township fire, Bath Township fire. You're being requested to be related to Delta for a plane crash.
3 people are dead and 3 others severely injured after a plane crash near the Capital Region International Airport. It's our top story at 5. Thanks for joining us. I'm Lauren Thompson. It happened just after 9 o'clock this morning. 6 News was first on the scene. The small TBM 700 plane went down with 6 people on board, the pilot, co-pilot, and 4 passengers. 6 News reporter Dana Whyte is here for you now live from the airport. Dana, what's the latest tonight?
Lauren, we've just learned that one of the victims who was in critical condition is now stable, and police tell us that 3 people are dead, 2 in critical, and 1 is now in stable. Now, if you take a look behind me, you can see that Lansing police still have Airport Road blocked off. The crash happened a little ways down, and the airplane is still there as they're working to figure out just exactly what happened here today. Now, if you take a look at this viewer video, you can see that the plane was smoking as it hit the ground, and officials say it was a very hard impact. Now, it's not clear whether the people who died were the pilots, passengers, or both. The Federal Aviation Administration is investigating the crash, and they say it could take days before a cause is determined. We caught up with a man earlier who works nearby the airport, and he says his first instinct was to step in and help.
I saw smoke coming out of the engine compartment of the plane, and I immediately thought to try to grab my fire extinguisher. I couldn't get the seat to trip forward, and then I decided it was probably best to just leave out of the area so that the emergency vehicles would be able to access it easier.
Our commercial service will carry on throughout the day. There may be interruptions as it relates to the recovery of the aircraft from the west side of the airport, but at this time, airport service, it will be uninterrupted.
Now, as we reported earlier, officials are still working to figure out the cause of this crash, and we will have much more for you coming up tonight on 6 News at 6. Here for you live in Lansing, Dana Whyte, 6 News.
People are dead tonight and 3 others in the hospital after a small plane crashed before landing. It's our top story at 6. Thanks for joining us. I'm Lauren Thompson.
And I'm Sherry Jones. It happened just after 9 o'clock this morning near the Capital Region International Airport. 6 News was first on the scene and broke the story online at WLNS.com. Officials say 6 people were in the plane at the time of the crash.
6 News reporter Dana Whyte is here for you now live from the airport. Dana, what's the latest tonight?
Lauren and Sherry, airport officials say a crash like this one hasn't happened in years. And while the plane was still mostly intact, it hit the ground hard.
Clinton County Central Dispatch to Whyte Township Fire, Bath Township Fire. You're being requested to be isolated to Delta for a plane crash.
Smoke filled the air as a small plane crashed this morning at the Capital Region International Airport.
We have 3 confirmed deaths on board. 3 others have been transported in critical condition.
Officials say the plane was traveling to Lansing from Indianapolis. There were 2 pilots on board and 4 passengers.
The identification of those on board, those deceased, is still in the process right now, and we're not going to release any names until next of kin has been notified.
I was just worried about the people inside the plane.
Bob Hull works near the airport and saw the plane right after it hit the ground.
I saw smoke coming out of the engine compartment of the plane, and I immediately thought to try to grab my fire extinguisher. I couldn't get the seat stripped forward, and then I decided it was probably best to just leave out of the area so that the emergency vehicles would be able to access it easier.
He says right now he just hopes the families of those involved can heal from this tragedy.
I just pray for their families and hope everything, goes smooth for them.
The crash did happen right off of airport property in Watertown Township, and officials are still investigating the exact cause of this crash. So be sure to stay with 6 News. We'll be following this developing story and bring you updates as soon as we learn more. Here for you live in Lansing, Dana Whyte, 6 News. Back to you.